Alright, so I just finished watching game 2 of the Toronto Maple Leafs versus Florida Panthers, and oh my, are the Panthers surprising me every single game. So let's just put this into a little bit of context. So right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs are a heavy favorite to win the Stanley Cup. And after bouncing the Tampa Bay Lightning, you think this team would have finally slayed that huge monster that they've been carrying on their back for years. And now out of the first round comes a team that beat the Boston Bruins that won the single season best league record for points and wins in a season in NHL history. So the Panthers already make one upset, and they come to Toronto after you just took all the momentum and moved into the second round, and they beat you in both home games. Now, I don't want to get too carried away because I think Toronto will bounce back a little bit, and you have to win 4, but going down 2-0 heading to Florida is not the best situation for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I think there's a couple reasons why they're struggling a little bit. So let's start just with their forward group, and then we'll talk about the rest of the team, as well as the great bit play by the Panthers. So starting with the Maple Leafs, I think their stars have to start producing. I mean, the Maple Leafs were peppering Bobrovsky tonight, and more stick taps for this guy. Sergei Bobrovsky is playing lights out hockey. This guy is showing why he's a 2-time Vezina winner, and honestly, I love watching this. But there's a couple guys like Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares who I saw take amazing chances tonight, and they didn't bury the puck. There was one specifically where Sergei Bobrovsky robs Austin Matthews, and then another one where JT is on a breakaway and just gets completely robbed by Sergeant Bobrovsky. He was for sure on the case in that one. And I think if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs and their fans, you're thinking about this like, why aren't the star players producing? And this might just be a choke job if they lose to the Panthers. If they go down to Florida and lose this series in 4, this is a huge backstep for the Leafs. And now I just want to move over to Florida a little bit because, man, they finally got Barkov going. He gets his first goal, and that is something the Leafs should be scared about. And the fact that Bobrovsky is in a rhythm and stealing games like this where the Leafs were better. The Leafs should have won this game, and they won this game the same way they beat Boston in Game 5, off the pads and shoulders and back of Sergeant Bobrovsky. I mean, this guy is just armed robbery every single game. But honestly, if you're a Leafs fan, I really want to hear from you, and Panthers fans too. First, let's go with the Leafs fans. What do you guys expect from your club this team? Do you think they'll be able to pull themselves out of this hole? And what's the biggest disappointment so far this postseason coming from their locker room? And Panthers fans, are you excited about your club? Because I feel like nobody had expectations like this for the Panthers, and Matthew Tkachuk, Sergei Bobrovsky, and guys like Montour are just coming out and stealing series. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you like this video, and comment what you think. Do you think the Leafs are going to come back in this series, or are the Panthers going to make another upset?